You want me to get you a cigarette?
Oh, no, thanks. I'm all right. Ernst Roybel's already failed 6 times. 3 times in Greek, twice with Bonebreaker, and the last time in Lit. I've only been in that unfortunate position 5 times, and from now on it's not going to happen again. Roybel won't shoot himself. Roybel hasn't got parents that are sacrificing their all for him. He can be a soldier if he has to, or a sailor, or a cowboy. If I don't get through, Papa will have a stroke and Mama will go to the madhouse, and that's more than a fellow can bear. Before the exam, I asked God to make me consumptive, so that the cup might pass from my lips. And it has passed, but even now it glimmers at me from a distance, so I don't dare raise my eyes day or night. Having taken hold of the pole, I'll hoist myself up all right. My surety for that is that I can't fall without breaking my neck.
Life's meaner than one could ever have expected. I wouldn't mind hanging myself from a branch. Where can Mama be with the tea?
Your tea will do me good, Melchior. I'm trembling. I feel strangely disembodied. Just touch me. I see and I hear and I feel much more clearly, and yet everything is like a dream. The way the park stretches away in the moonlight. It's still, deep, off into infinity. Dim figures step out from behind bushes and rush across clearings and disappear into semi-darkness. It seems there's a council meeting going on under the chestnut tree. Shouldn't we go downstairs, Melchior?
Let's wait till we've had some of our tea.
The leaves are whispering. It's like hearing Grandmother tell that story of the queen that had no head. She was... hang on. She was more beautiful than any other girl in the country. Only she'd had the misfortune to be born without a head. She communicated with her attendants by means of her soft little hand. With her delicate feet, she tapped out declarations of war and sentences of death. One day, she was conquered by a king that had 2 heads that got in each other's hair and quarreled so that neither could get a word in edgewise. So the chief court magician took the smaller of the 2 heads and placed it on the queen, and lo, it became her passing well. Whereupon the king married the queen, and the 2 heads no longer got in each other's hair, but kissed each other on brows, cheeks, and lips, and lived many years in happiness and joy. I can't get the headless queen out of my head. If I see a beautiful girl, I see her without a head. And then suddenly, I myself seem to be a headless queen. Perhaps I'll get me another head, though.
Here you are, boys. Son. Hello, Mr. Steeple. How are you?
Fine, thanks, Mrs. Gabor.
You don't look so well.
Well, I've been to bed rather late the last few nights.
You work all night.
You shouldn't, Mr. Steeple. You should always take care of yourself. School is no substitute for health. Plenty of walks in the fresh air. At your age, that's more important than accuracy in middle high German.
You're right. And one can work while walking, even so I have the written work to do.
Well, you can do the red work with me. It'll make it easier for us both. Mom,
Son.
did you know Max von Trent died of brain fevers this morning? Hans Rillo went to Rector Sunstroke directly from Trent's deathbed. Max had just died in his presence.
Really, son Sunstroke? Don't you have 2 hours of detention to do from last week? Here's a ticket for the school porter. Make sure the whole matter is settled.
much in a book before. It's beautiful. Why shouldn't I read it?
Because you don't understand it.
Mama, you can't say that. I understand I don't get the grandeur of it, but
We always read it together. It's amazing how much more you understand that way.
Even the best can be dangerous when one lacks the maturity to interpret correctly. But I'd always rather put my trust in you than in disciplinary measures. If either of you need anything, I'll be in my bedroom.
Your mother meets that business with Gretchen.
why? We only spent half a second on it.
Faust himself couldn't have treated it more cold-bloodedly.
After all, that outrage isn't the high point of the play. Suppose Faust promised to marry the girl off and then left her. As I see it, he wouldn't be a bit more or less to blame. As far as I'm concerned, Gretchen could have died of a broken heart. To see the frantic way everyone always fastens on the subject, you think the world revolved around penis and vagina.
Melchior, since I read your essay, I feel that it does.
What?
It fell at my feet in the first days of the vacation. I had Shingle's history in my hand, and while I read most of it with my eyes shut, your words, Melchior, sounded like dim recollections, like a song that one had heard as a child, and then heard again on the lips of another as one lay dying. Oh, it was heartbreaking. Oh, and what you wrote about girls. To have to suffer wrong is sweeter than to do wrong. To suffer a sweet wrong undeservedly seems to me the essence of earthly bliss.
I don't want my bliss given to me.
Why not?
I don't want anything I didn't have to fight for.
Can you still call that enjoyment, Melchior? Girls really enjoy themselves, Melchior, like the gods in their bliss. A girl keeps herself free of everything bitter until the last moment. She then has the pleasure of feeling all heaven break over her. She hasn't stopped fearing hell when suddenly she sees paradise in full bloom. Her feelings are as fresh as water springing from the rock. By comparison, a man's satisfaction seems to me stagnant.
I don't like to think about things like that.